I'm Amy Baxter, editor of Retail Leader, and welcome to Trend Talk. Every week on Trend Talk, we chat with an industry expert about ongoing retail trends and news. This week, my guest is Julie Roy, Chief Marketing Officer at DSW, and we're jumping into men's shoes and discussing new partnerships and 2022 trends. So, hi, Julie. Thanks so much for joining me.
Hi, thank you for having me.
So as we're talking now, it's the beginning of 2022. I'm not exactly sure when DSW's fiscal year started, but it's top of the calendar year still. So I'm wondering what's top of mind for you coming into 2022?
Sure. So there are really three big things that we're focused on heading into 2022, which is really a continuation of our strategies over the past year. The first is building the relevance of our brand, consideration, relevance, and brand heat. As I mentioned, over the past year, we've been focused on where and how we show up to customers, meeting customers where they are and where they're spending their time now. So with that, it's been expanding into video, social, partnerships and collaborations, which I know we'll touch on a little bit later, like we never have been before, so that we can show up in relevant and engaging ways for our customers and reiterate that DSW is the footwear authority. Second big thing heading into 2022 is focusing on key customer audiences. So acquiring new customers, as well as engaging and retaining existing customers. This is really a continuation of the strategy. One example over the last year has been how we've been doubling down on the men's market with an integrated strategy across merchandising and marketing. And we've been seeing a lot of success as we go capture that male customer. And then the third big focus for us heading into 2022 is around storytelling. And with that, our assortment evolution. You know, through COVID, we've evolved from being just a women's fashion store to really leaning into athletic and men's in a much bigger way. So that, again, we're that footwear authority that expands women, men's, and kids for all their shoe closet needs for everyone in the family. And so with that, we've been evolving our brand messaging and storytelling and aligning that to the customer mindset too, right? What are they doing and how are they wearing those shoes at those moments?
Yeah, let's jump into one of those partnerships because the recent one that's been in the news is with Eric Decker, who's a former pro football player, and he was the face of the men's winter campaign. And I think you guys announced that at the end of last year. And so what can you tell me about that partnership?
Yeah, really excited about this partnership. As I touched on earlier, men's has been a big opportunity for us. Prior to 2019, actually, we did not do marketing and media to try to reach that male consumer. We certainly had a lot of men's customers, but not something that we were aggressively pursuing from an acquisition perspective. And men had and have awareness of DSW, but there's still that perception of us being a women's shoe store. So we recognize the business opportunity for us to gain that male customer and change that perception, acquire and engage the new male customer. And so as part of that, one of the elements of that strategy is investing in partnerships like Eric Decker to help us build that awareness of our incredible men's assortment. Eric's a great partner because he really embodies our target male customer. He's a father, he's a husband, he's an athlete, and he lives in sneakers, which is a big part of our assortment, particularly for him. So with Eric's style authority, we can speak to male customers and inspire them and give them confidence in the shoes that they wear.
Yeah, that's so interesting. So what changed, do you think, from 2019 that made you want to now target and market toward men?
Yeah, so it was really about the business opportunity, but it had to be a collective business strategy spanning merchandising and marketing. So the first was understanding where does that growth exist, and fueled by the product assortment that we edited to really go after that younger target male customer by offering the best brands in athletic footwear being a big part of that. Men mostly buy athletic footwear, so we knew that that was an area we needed to expand our assortment. And then from there, once we got the product right, we had to tell him about it. And so we launched an integrated marketing strategy as well to show up in the right places to reach him based on that target audience that we had refined. And again, part of that is partners, so brands and creators that help us tell that story and earn more credibility.
Yeah, cool. How did the relationship with Eric Decker begin? Because they're kind of big. Where I am, I'm in Tampa Bay, and they just opened up a store in Tampa. You know, him and his country singer wife, Jessie James, are pretty major around here.
Yeah, and honestly, they're such great partners, so authentic, but yet still aspirational, right? People look for them to tell them what's cool. They're also real people, very funny. So they span everything from fashion all the way to real life scenarios, a lot posting, showing themselves as parents and in real life scenarios, which is very much how we think about our overall customer base and who we want to partner with. And so we always start with who's relevant to the consumers that we're going after. Again, who's aspirational, but yet attainable and feels like one of the guys. And Eric was just a natural fit for that.
So I guess what's kind of been behind the strategy to attract the new men's category customers? You kind of touched into this already, but beyond adding product assortment and getting new partnerships, you know, what's the whole strategy approach, I guess?
Yeah, so really, again, it's just the business opportunity. Started with product, expanded into reaching him, marketing and media, really with a focus in digital and social. And we know that that's where he spends his time, and one of the more effective areas that we had to reach him efficiently and in ways that are relevant. And then from there, it's really just been around continuously learning and adapting and expanding, recognizing what works, again, from both a product and a marketing perspective, and evolving from there.
Where does partnering with influencers or people like Eric Decker fit into this strategy? And are you working with other types of influencers that are maybe not pro football players, not as on such a major scale?
Yeah, we do have a very blended approach around influencers, partners, and creators. Obviously, Eric was a great one. He's a great influencer, a really cool guy, very much represents that customer, and he helps further bring the brand story to life. We call it borrowed authority here. So partners that we work with we leverage their authority, and they provide that clout and credibility, but yet authenticity that customers are looking for. And so leveraging Eric, his influence and authority has allowed us as a brand to speak differently, both to new and existing customers.
Gotcha. So something that I noted in the press release was the winter selection sneakers can be worn from running errands to actually running. So is this like a big trend around men? Do they just want one shoe that kind of does it all?
I don't think it's just men. I think everyone universally is looking for comfort, versatility, flexibility, and sneakers are a great way to do that. You know, there's a lot more time spent at home, and being comfortable is cool. And comfort is king right now. And so sneakers are a great way to conquer that.
Yeah. And just for men specifically too, do you think sneakers is like the holy grail to attract more male customers?
Sneakers is just a huge part of what they buy. I think it's about 70% of men's footwear purchases. So they're definitely more casualized than their female counterparts. And so it's definitely, you have to be able to win at sneakers to win at their overall footwear wardrobe.
Yeah. What would you say are some of the top sneaker trends for DSW men's category right now?
Oh, it's so exciting. I feel like we're at a peak of fun sneaker trends. So retro joggers are very hot right now. Just bought some for my husband, actually. High tops are also trending. So that like basketball look, also nice that it covers your ankle, particularly on days like today where it's a little chillier out. And then detail and exciting colors and color pairings is really trending.
I'm curious what you think is behind some of this push towards athleisure. If you've seen a pickup since the pandemic, you know, you mentioned comfort is king, but has that been accelerated by the pandemic? Is that something that you've been noticing?
Yes, we definitely know. It's been a gradual build for the last few years. But then the pandemic created a much steeper shift and pushing customers to comfort and athleisure. And I think that will continue, right? They're not going to have the same needs for dress that they did in the same way. Again, pre-pandemic though, even what people were wearing to what is considered dressy occasions was more casualized. So think of the white bottom of dress shoes that you've probably seen out there. That's a more casualized version of a dress shoe. And then that carries forward all the way into comfort and athleisure. It's a great way to find a balance between self-expression and style, but still comfort and function that will continue post-pandemic.